Hi everyone, Joe Conklin in the shop. Today we are continuing with two different Martin D28 projects. First of which is this 1970 D28 with major bracing problems, which I have put in, removed the neck and some other parts, and we've got it in my D-size belting mold, which is going to keep the sides fairly precisely in this same position. The guitar doesn't fit this mold exactly, but I've got some custom cardboard inserts to make it nice, and there's the top, the underside. But I am in the process now of removing the back so I can get access to those braces. I've got three spatulas in my, this is what I use for heating up my hide glue. It's basically just a water bath. So moist, hot knives, but not too hot, which I have been inserting in this joint here. I removed the binding there, and that exposes the joint. You can see I've got it off a fair amount here from this side over here near the first brace through the neck block, and now I'm over here to the other end of this brace. It's a fairly slow process, but a little patience will go a long way so that I can make sure I get this off as clean and neat as possible. Here's where I'm at right over here. This part right here, right around these corners, and I anticipate it down here too, seems to be the hardest part to take out. It goes very slow, and I have to be careful not to careful that my knives are inserted actually in the joint and not just near it, so that I am not messing up the wood linings or the back in either case. But one of the challenges as I come around where this first brace, any of these braces and the four back braces, is that brace is tucked inside the lining. So not only do I have to separate the back from the lining, but I also have to flip it around there and get on, and from the other side, remove that brace from that notch there. And so that's pretty much where that is, right there. There's that brace. So I'm going to try and get past here just a little bit, past that brace as far as the back lining joint goes, and then I'll flip it over here. That one. What I like to do is to keep exchanging the knives so they're, as one cools and dries off, I got another moist, warm and ready to go. Yeah, I'm pretty well past that joint there. Let's flip it over here from the inside, see what is going on. That notched brace ends, I can get in here a little more straightforward with these first two back braces because they are pretty accessible through the sound hole. This can be a bit more of a challenge as I go towards the lower back there in those other two braces, but there we go. You've got to insert the knife right on top of the brace to start loosening that joint. And then on either side, like I said, a little patience goes a long way. It's coming. Help that, but again, some slow, patient work as I move my arm there. And when I get that back off, I am going to loosen loosen the mold up a little bit and slide the instrument down so that there's a little bit of the side sticking out on this side, so that I can get the top to rest on this top mold. This has a pretty precise shape here, a slight dome in the bottom lower bot. If we can see that camera, you can see there, not much, very slight dome. And then in this direction, that dome goes to a flat area up here in the upper bot. So the general idea is that there is a dome in the lower bot ending just past the X-brace to a flat edge here and a flat upper bot. So once I have to back off, like I said, I'll have to slide the instrument a little deeper into the mold so that is exposed enough to sit it on this, and the top will be formed to this mold, because I will remove the braces and then shape new braces that fit this mold exactly, and glue them down in, and press the top into this shape. So these two molds will work together. I do have reference pins here so that I can pin them together, and that should make this project, it'll sit like that for a bit while I remove the old braces and insert the new ones. So that's this one. Let's move this aside here for a minute. Take a look at our other project. 1948 D28. The last time we were working on the pick guard in this crack, which is completed. Pick guard removed, this crack glued and cleated. We had moved on to the bridge area. If you remember correctly, the bridge was buckled up. The bridge area was buckled up. There was a pretty severe crack straight across here through the top and partially through the bridge plate and all the way through the bridge. The bridge was a total mess. It's in several pieces with several chunks missing with a bunch of screws in it. That was sitting like this, but all buckled up like so. So I removed the bridge, and to flatten this area out and to help removing the bridge plate, I used the T.J. Thompson belly reducer plates. If you remember, they are both machined with matching little, this one is convex, this one is concave. They fit together like so. Bridge plate, bridge. Heat them up. Also, I put a moist cotton, or a totally wet cotton cloth on this one. That's inserted on the inside. Slow but steady clamping pressure that I increase little by little over like a 15-20 minute period as the heat is and moisture is moving through the top, and I was able to press that down pretty flat and let that set overnight. That allowed me to get in and remove the bridge plate pretty easily the next day. You can see it's got quite a cup there, and that cup is because of those cracks that go right across the bridge pins, and that was allowing that whole bulge to come up, and there's a couple of holes from the old screws, so I was able to pop the plate out pretty easily after that. That allowed me to glue in the new bridge plate, which is in there in that place, and allowed me to make the new bridge plate pretty much the same size as exacting as I could, so that that's what I've got now. New bridge plate. Both of the X braces, which travel right about there, were loose in this area. I glued those up. So I've got the top nice and flat. That's going to allow me to, next step is to put a new bridge on there. And first off, I have to clean that area up, so I can use my to do my next job. Just to get a little bit of that warm water. And there's a lot of old glue and funky stuff on the top here near that bridge, or in the area of that bridge. Use that warm water to help clean up this area at the top. That warm water should help me to loosen up some of this old glue and even some of the new glue that I introduced while gluing up the crack there. Using a chisel as a scraper, which you can see I got a lot of old glue and stuff right there. Starting to come off already. Clean this area up before I get ready to install the new bridge. And I'm gonna plug a couple of these holes here from the old screws with just a little spruce plug to again get this area nice and clean and flat and ready for our new bridge. And that is where we are at with this guy. From there, I can proceed to take the neck off and move through the neck reset and then the refret of this guitar, and also to make sure I got everything else solid on this thing. Yep, a lot of old glue coming right off there. The high glue comes off pretty readily with that warm water. The aliphatic resin and tight bond wood glue is a little slower. And what I will do here is put some of that warm water on there and let it set longer for the tight bond. So I can get that off of there. So there you have it. We're working through the two projects, and now comes the exciting part where I wait for the warm water to dissolve the glue. So I'm gonna let you guys go on that, so you don't have to sit here and watch me watch. But know that when you're between now and the next 2 weeks, I will be working steadily on this project, minute by minute, thinking of y'all the whole time. So that's it for today in the shop. Thanks for tuning in. You got any questions, please send them along. Thanks for tuning in. We love y'all, and see you soon in the shop.